So, here's the business everyone knows Mr. Burns owns.
You and I can run this plant ourselves.
And here's a business you probably had no clue Mr. Burns owned.
And to think, Smithers, you laughed when I bought Ticketmaster. Nobody's going to pay 100% service charge.
It all makes sense now. When you're a money-mad mogul like Monty Burns, you got your hand in a bunch of business pies. But just how many businesses does Mr. Burns own throughout the entirety of Springfield? Well, today, I'm going to be going through his portfolio to find out. Starting with the business that put Mr. Burns on the map, the Springfield Nuclear Power Plant. This business is undoubtedly the jewel in Monty Burns' business crown, and it's been open a while too. Obviously, the Simpsons canon changes a lot, but officially, the plant opened when Homer was around 12 years old.
Hey, what was that? That's that nuclear plant they just opened.
Yeah, that's your future. Busting Atom. Can you imagine us working there? The whole call crew?
Hey, I thought we were called Lenny and the Jets.
So in that case, it's like 1978. And back then, both Monty and Smithers looked pretty different.
Why are these numbers so high? Why is that red light flashing? It's that alarming sound. Smithers, get in here!
Sorry, Monty. I was feeding Waylon Jr.
You put that baby down?
Like I said, the Simpsons canon is a little messy. I'm pretty sure Homer isn't actually 12 years older than Mr. Smithers, but anyway, since that day, the plant's been in operation, and some years later, Homer himself would snag a job there.
Hold the phone, Smithers. I like your attitude. Feisty yet spineless.
Sir, this man not only failed the aptitude test, he got trapped in a closet on the way out.
I don't care. I haven't been this impressed since I first laid eyes on a young bootlick named Waylon Smithers.
You mean?
Since Homer came on board as the plant safety inspector, though, it's not exactly been smooth sailing for Monty. I mean, Homer's not exactly a guy you want on your side during an emergency.
Oh, a 513. I'll handle it. That got it.
And even when he's not acting stupid to prevent emergencies, he's usually the one causing them.
Sir, we found the problem. Some idiot threw this in the reactor core.
Success!
So as you can imagine, when Burns gets this offer to buy the plant off him, he wastes no time in accepting.
Wir denken, wir haben ein sehr gutes Angebot. Du verspielst deine Zeit.
Hey, $100 million in like 1992 for a rundown power plant with Homer Simpson as the safety inspector sounds like a hell of a deal, but when you actually break it down, is it that good? Because how good of a business is this nuclear power plant? Well, it's a dual reactor power plant that can probably pull 16 million megawatt hours, and today the going rate for 1 megawatt per hour is $65, which is just over $1 billion a year in revenue. In 1992, this would still be around $640 million bucks, so selling something as profitable as this plant for a sixth of the price seems ludicrous. Even the Germans think so.
Well, I happen to know that he won't sell it for less than $100 million.
100 million?
Eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf. Don't worry, we'll still have enough left to buy the Cleveland Browns.
Going by that, I'd imagine that the Germans are planning to spend around about 250 to 350 million on the plant. Now, that's still cheap, but they probably thought that there was existing debt and renovating costs to go on top of it, which, to be fair, there definitely are.
We cannot overemphasize the importance of employee safety. We plan to have some frank discussions with your safety inspector.
Also, Monty's a little crazy at the best of times. He's an old man. Back when he was a kid, you could probably buy a house for $1 or something crazy like that, so seeing that many zeros probably sent him wild. But yeah, as businesses go, there's no debt, it's sustainable, and aside from your employees, which is probably a couple of million a year at most, Monty was probably taking home $500 million a year from this venture alone. He does end up buying the plant back though, so he's not stupid. And when gambling is legalized in Springfield, he figures there's an even easier way to make money: by opening a gigantic casino.
By building a casino, I could tighten my stranglehold on this dismal town.
Considering he's a cheapskate too, Burns spares no expense, even if the design isn't exactly tasteful.
Idiots. I'll design it myself. I know what people like. It's got to have sex appeal and a catchy name.
The casino is a runaway success, and Burns is literally driving himself mad due to the profit.
Sir, you haven't slept since the casino opened 5 days ago.
Oh, I've discovered the perfect business. People swarm in, empty their pockets, and scuttle off. Nothing can stop me now. Except microscopic germs.
Whoa there, Monty. Let's not get all OCD now. You're raking in the cash, although then again, it's not the most moral way to get your money. Using people's addictions to fuel your cash reserves, I mean, it must be bad, because even Marge Simpson is hooked.
Your little boy Bart could have been eaten by that pony.
Oh my God, Barney, thank you. I would never have forgiven myself. Now you stay put, young lady.
It seems this casino is making everyone go bananas. In a matter of days, Burns is totally obsessed with the germs, and somehow he's even more revolting to look at.
They're all covered with filthy germs, aren't they, Smithers?
Why, what do you mean, sir?
Freemasons run the country!
Ugh.
After a while of being literally the creepiest thing on planet Earth to look at, Burns has a change of heart and he realizes the casino game isn't for him and he's losing his mind.
Get my razor, draw a bath, and get these Kleenex boxes off my feet.
Certainly, sir. And the jars of urine?
Oh, we'll hang on to those. Now, to the plant.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't have a jar of urine spare? You never know when you're gonna need one. Now, while he might seem like he's getting better, he's still completely nuts.
Hop in.
But, sir,
I said hop in.
Ah, that's just a hiccup. Burns gets back on his feet, shuts down the casino, and returns back to the plant. Now, putting this casino together will not be cheap. We saw that he spared no expense, so I'd imagine that there's about $700 million of investment that's gone into it. Obviously, that money won't be lost. He could probably sell the casino quickly for half of that, and of course, he did have some income for the week it was open. Burns modeled his casino on the very best in Las Vegas, and they usually make around $5 million a day. But because this is Springfield and not Las Vegas, I'm going to say he makes somewhere in the ballpark of $3,860,000, which, over the course of a week, is a staggering $27,020,000 in cold hard cash. Business is brutal though, and it looks like Burns is somehow going to make a loss of around $300 million once it's all said and done. But hey, I mean, $300 million not to be obsessively collecting jars of urine sounds like a small price to pay. But the next business I wanted to talk about comes from a time when Monty has zero in his checking account. Like he's flat broke.
Are you saying my money's all gone? But I made all the right moves, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
every move a right one.
He has to sell everything he owns. The plant, his cars, he even has to sell his famous mansion.
Would it be all right if I kept this portrait to remind me of better times?
Why would I want a picture of a pitiful pencil necky?
Why, indeed.
I guess you could say he's the most broke there was, the most broke there is, and the most broke there ever will be. The excellence of empty pockets. If you know, you know. Now broke, Burns has to become like everyone else. You know, do his own thing. And that's where he strikes up a friendship with none other than Lisa Simpson.
I've realized the error of my ways, Lisa. I need someone with your integrity to help me. Please don't refuse this poor old man.
Basically, he wants Lisa to help him get his moolah back, but this time by doing things the right way. You know, not with slave labor or anything like that. He's got his sights set on recycling.
Excuse me, Mr. Burns. Now that you're completely ruined, how do you feel?
Excellent. I'm on my way back to the top. I've turned these cans into can-do.
Well,
There's a big green flag for Lisa, so she's on board to help, and when Burns has some success with her suggestions, he builds a gigantic recycling plant in her name.
For if it were not for her infectious moralizing, we would not be here today to witness the unveiling of the Little Lisa Recycling Plant.
You gotta admit, that's pretty sweet. But obviously, this is Mr. Burns we're talking about here, and there's a huge streak of evil through his heart. Turns out, he's been using recycling as a facade to build this.
I figured if one six-pack holder will catch one fish, 1,000,000 sewn together will catch 1,000,000 fish. Watch.
What's going on?
I call it the Burns Omni-Net. It sweeps the sea clean.
Yep, it's literally Lisa's worst nightmare. Plastics polluting the ocean, animals being injured and caught, habitats being ruined, and oh yeah, blended.
Oh, dear God.
I call our product Little Lisa's Patented Animal Slurry. It's a high-protein feed for farm animals.
Lisa runs home, never wanting to set eyes on Burnsy again, but he comes a-knocking at her door with a little gift.
Mr. Burns bought the plant back this morning, and
Enough chit-chat. I need to see Lisa.
I don't want to talk to you, Mr. Burns.
Oh, I think you will. You see, I've just sold the Little Lisa Recycling Plant $120 million.
Congratulations.
So he made $120 million by selling a business and bought his plant back for less than he sold it for 5 years earlier? Man, Mr. Burns is a hell of a businessman. He does offer Lisa 10% of his fortune, but she declines, you know, considering she's an asset now to his environmental terrorism. But getting back to business, to sell a project for $125 million would mean it's probably making around $25 million a year already, according to how EBITDAs are calculated, which is your earnings before interest, tax, debt, and amortization. I know, aren't I fancy? Well, I've been Shark Tank before making this video, so like, I know what I'm talking about. So anyway, after a week of being broke, Burns is back on the money horse again, hoping to turn it into a cash cow. And there's a heck of a cash cow lined up next, but at first, it's not Monty's, it actually belongs to Springfield Elementary.
Miss Hoover, the floor is shaking.
Ralph, remember the time you thought...
Yep, black gold. That'll sort out the school's education for generations. Heck, they could even pay for all their students to go to college, but they wouldn't do that. At least not where Mr. Burns is standing, they won't. He wants their precious oil, he'll do anything to get it.
Me and my fourth form chums think it would be quite corking if you'd sign over your oil well to the local energy concern.
Mr. Burns.
I mean, he did ask nicely. And you better believe he won't ask nicely again. Instead, he's going to take the oil whether they like it or not. So when the school goes to tap the well, it's already being sucked dry.
Someone else has tapped this well! Ay, caramba!
I know he's rich and all, but it's kind of crazy how he's got the money and clout to set up a whole oil rig in like a few days' time. It's a gigantic payoff too because it bolsters his bank in a big way.
Well, sir, you've certainly vanquished all your enemies, the elementary school, the local tavern, the old age home. You must be very proud.
No, not while my greatest nemesis still provides our customers with free light, heat, and energy. I call this enemy the sun.
I'm kind of thinking he never stopped being a crackpot after the casino episode, but anyway, let's get down to business. As we all know, especially right now, oil is seriously expensive, and you saw all those notes. So Burns Slant Drilling Co. probably made about $40 million just from that one tapping. Thousands of barrels got filled there for sure, and who knows how long he'll be draining the earth for. For every 1,000 barrels, it'd be an extra 110 grand. But we're not quite done with this episode. You heard how he hates the sun, right? Well, Mr. Burns has got a plan for the old soul.
Lock it out.
Good God.
Imagine it, Smithers. Electrical lights and heaters running all day long.
But, sir, every plant and tree will die.
And you best believe this nutcase is going to go through with it, which brings us to a second business of the episode.
Frimble about with your wits and bobs. A monument of fertility, my plan comes to fruition.
Sir.
Yep, that's the company he uses to build the sun blocker, and you gotta admit, it's mighty effective.
Look at the sun, Springfield.
Now, while this is a business, I think this is more so a business that runs for Burns personally rather than one that actually makes money. Think of it like a business that helps set other businesses up. Like that's just sole value. So I don't think he makes much money from Burns Construction Co., but it's still a business he owns, so we're counting it. We're still not quite done with this episode, though, even though the next two businesses are only spoken, not seen. And to hear him talking about him, we gotta go back to when he was dressed up like Jimbo Jones.
Cool, students.
I want that oil well. I've got a monopoly to maintain. I own the electric company and the waterworks, plus the hotel on Baltic Avenue.
That hotel's a dump and your monopoly is pathetic.
So as we know, the electric company is the power plant. They're tied in, but the waterworks in the hotel is new. Let's deal with the hotel first. Skinner says it's a dump, but Mr. Burns wouldn't have it if it wasn't making money, so I imagine he still gets like $100 grand a year profit off of it. I'm saying that like it's nothing. That kind of money would change my life. As for the waterworks, though, that's more of a gold mine. Everyone has to use it, and I'd say that's getting somewhere in the region of $20 million a year. $12 million from households and around $8 million from businesses, schools, and hospitals. Hey, there's a reason he's rich. Remember when Mr. Burns tried that recycling gig with Lisa and ended up, committing environmental terrorism? Well, he gives being green another shot in Mother Simpson when he sets up Burns-a-Dine.
Here's your captain, boys. Local hero shuns spotlight and pitches in.
What an angle.
I can't believe I'm spending my Saturday picking up garbage. I mean, half these bottles ain't even mine.
Let's have less conversation and more sanitation.
It's just a brief cameo, but it's just essentially a good look business, something that brightens up his public image, because considering he tried blocking out the sun, he needs a lot of good PR right about now. It's not going to return a lot of money. Road picking for garbage isn't exactly lucrative, but like I say, it's for good PR. And seeing as he uses staff he already paid, it's not going to cost him a whole bunch. He'd probably make $20,000 or $30,000 a year profit off the back of it. We know that Burns has his own energy monopoly, but that's not enough for him, because in season 15, he branches out and tries to control the entire media. It all starts after he nearly dies thanks to a rock slide. He survives, but the media thinks he's a goner.
As owner of Springfield nuclear power plant, generated both electricity and contempt. Thank you, Geezer Rock, for doing what none of us had the courage to do. Smush Mr. Burns.
So to kickstart his media empire, he heads down to Channel 6 News with a heap of cash.
Tempting, but I assure you I'm still not sold.
Want a slit and ice cream sundae?
Done and done.
And Burns Media is born. Not sure why I sounded happy there. This is 100% a bad thing. He doesn't want just TV either, by the way. He wants...
Pack up and get out. Just bought this station and you're fired. And play that delightful flush sound your way out.
Yes, sir.
Indoor plumbing. The lack of it killed my mother.
After radio, there's only one bit of media left. Print.
I've done it, Smithers. I've bought every media outlet in town. TV, radio, even the skywriters.
Well, obviously today there's the internet, but in 2004 it wasn't as big, so I guess Monty didn't see the need in buying all that. Now that he's a media mogul, he can warp things the way he wants, like he makes an entire episode of Itchy and Scratchy to promote nuclear power.
Nuclear power help keep that orphanage and keep that hospital humming.
But what about wind power? It's cheap and safe.
Is it?
Must be a rich guy thing. Get money, buy a media outlet, and use the media outlet to twist public opinion on stuff.
My children, nuclear power is your friend, and so is Monty Byrne.
Don't end up like me. Vote Republican. God bless America. This cartoon was made in Korea. Burns owns everything.
To be fair, if I was turning Mr. Burns into an animal, I'd also pick a vulture. At least he's self-aware. Obviously, Lisa isn't happy about what Mr. Burns is up to, but as soon as she fights back, he gets nasty.
What the? Dad, Mr. Burns cut our power. Now I can't print my paper.
Yep, he cuts off her power. You see, Lisa's newspaper is the last bit of media in Springfield, and she won't sell it to him, so instead, he gives up power and does what every rich dude does in their spare time.
But I know just the thing to make me feel better. Shopping.
If he kept up the business, though, he'd have brought in a pretty penny. The Springfield shopper would have made him about $1 million a year in profit, probably double that on the radio side of things. And as for the TV channel, that'd probably get him over the $10 million range. Hey, back then, TV was where it was at. Usually, at some point, rich guys like to get involved with sports. Usually, it's football or soccer, but in Mr. Burns' case, it's basketball.
Ho, Smithers will lead 2-0. Run out the clock, boys. Run out the clock.
But while playing against the Mavs, Burns meets former majority shareholder Mark Cuban, and let's just say he's a little more out there with his money than Burns is.
Hold that thought. No one's paid attention to me for 10 whole seconds.
It's time for this peacock to show his feathers.
So to show that his pockets are deeper than Cuban's, Burns decides he's going to build the Springfield Celtics a state-of-the-art stadium to blow the Mavs and any other team's home turf for that matter away. But right where he wants to build is where Lisa keeps her bees. I guess he's renamed the team to make them sound cool, because you gotta admit the Springfield Excitement is a better name than the Springfield Celtic. Boston already uses that one anyway. So Lisa tries to fight Mr. Burns in a town hall meeting, but her case isn't great, and the town sides of the team stadium. So during the grand opening of the stadium and during the debut of the Springfield Excitement, Lisa unleashes her bees.
In the sky. Stop, I one of you.
More like the Stingfield Excitement. I'm buzzing with that joke. Anyway, Burns tells the entire story around a campfire with other rich people telling their worst business stories, and he's crunched the numbers for us already.
So, it's how I was outfoxed by a little girl and her half-wit companion when my beautiful stadium was cleared a bee sanctuary, and I had to take a third-quarter write-down of $804 million.
Wait a minute. Someone crunch the numbers.
He's only worth $996,036,000.
He's not a billionaire at all.
Yep, with nowhere to play in a stadium he couldn't use or sell, Burns lost nearly $1 billion on this business venture, easily his worst by far. I guess that's karma for burning Lisa with slurry from earlier. So we've seen Burns tackle gambling, energy, recycling, media, but one market he hasn't dipped his rich toe in yet is food. Well, that changes in season 32 when he finally gets his hands on a Krusty Burger.
Blended with a well-naised egg in the style of Mayon. I'll never let go. I must have more of these, what do you call them?
Hamburgers?
To be fair, if I had my first In-N-Out burger at 104, I'm sure that'd blow my socks off too. But this isn't a real burger, it's a Krusty Burger, and eating one of those radioactive slime balls at his age could be fatal.
My heart, this could be my last moment on Earth. If so, fire someone and let me watch. Someone who just bought a house.
Burns manages to pull through, and while recovering, he realizes there's a gap in the market, an all-plant burger that won't kill you.
We'll do a sneak preview of your burger chain, and then a grand opening of 1,000 stores across the country. Now, all we need is a name.
Excellent.
Oh, you've done it again, sir.
But the real test comes when Lisa tries his veggie surprise, because she's an OG vegetarian in Springfield. Like the OG vegetarian.
So, what do you think?
It tastes great, and no animal has passed gas in its making. This burger might just save the world. Thank you.
Homer becomes the spokesperson for the brand, and thanks to Frank's special exotic meat plant, Excellent Burger is starting to put Krusty Burger out of business.
We're trying to overcome a terrific new product with desperate publicity stunt. Attempting to piggyback on Burger King's success by changing its name during Pride Month to Burger Queer, Krusty has introduced his own product, the LGBTQ BLT.
How can employ this cynical and shameless fail?
Everything is coming up Burns' house, but obviously it's too good to be true. While Burns is using a plant, turns out the plant he's using is a super rare, super endangered one from the Amazon rainforest.
You're all in endangered plant from the Amazon rainforest. We have to tell Burns.
He already knows. He's evil.
Lisa knows Burns won't stop his money train now, so she uses her dad as the spokesperson to shine a light on Monty's shady business practices.
Uh-huh. And what are the chances that your product will help lead to the destruction of the planet?
I guarantee it.
He's using legal loopholes to tell us the truth.
And guess who's there to pounce on the bad publicity? Krusty.
Did it again. I won by doing nothing.
That's my hero.
Always will be. Round up some more donkeys. We're in the burger business again.
You know, I gotta feel for Burns here. Sure, he shouldn't have been using the plants, but really his heart was kinda in the right place. Still, though, for a week or two, he was making some serious dough. I'd probably say his joint was like a super popular, freshly opened McDonald's back in the day. Probably made Burns around $77,000 a week before expenses, and if he stayed open, would have made him easily $4 million a year. But the real bad taste in his mouth is he could have franchised this business. McDonald's makes $25 billion a year. I'm not saying he'd reach that level, but the demand was there, and old Monty would bite your hand off for 10% of that turnover.
The question is, how much do all these business ventures make him a year? Well, by my count, if you include Ticketmaster too, thanks to those 13 businesses, Mr. B would be taking home $1,382,530,000 in profit every single year.
What I do for 0.001% of that wealth, dude. Well, that's all the money madness I got for y'all today. As always, thank y'all very much for watching, and if you want to check out some more animated action, head on over to my channel. Or you could always get the video on screen right now. Click, go on to Classic. Peace, guys.